Yeah, I'm gonna slow it down. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I've been so high, we reached the sky, babe. I've been so high, get lifted, baby. Yeah, gotta talk my shit, know I just gotta pour. Gotta get that bag, yeah, know that I gotta move it. Gotta chase that paper, know that I gotta move it. Gotta get that cash, yeah, I know that I gotta use it. I've been so high, get lifted, baby. We preach all day, but I need you, baby. Yeah, gotta talk my shit, no, I don't wanna lose it. Gotta get that bag, yeah, I know that I gotta pull it. Gotta chase that paper, I know that I gotta use it. Gotta get that bag, gotta get that cash, gotta ride all night. I've been so high, get lifted, baby. We preach all day, but I need you, baby. Yeah, lift off the earth like a shooting star. No more team one and I'm coming hard. So I gotta get the bag with foreign cars. He's the one stand firm, know I'm in his arms. In God we trust, face steady, eyes wide open. Yeah, we see all day. Get lifted, baby. I preach all day, 'cause I need you, baby. Yeah, yeah. I've been so high, we reached the skies. I've been on floating on cloud nine, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I need you, baby, yeah, yeah.
Yo, that was dope as shit! Let's get it, dude!
Thanks.
Hell yeah!
Oh, you're so positive. You got such good energy.
That sounded so good, dude. Are you kidding me?
Good.
No, that sounded really great, dude. I was stoked on that one.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, just not in the mood right now. Just not in the mood right now. So please don't even make a sound. No, yeah. 'Cause I real love, just listen now. Yeah. I can never let you down, no. I can never tilt your crown. But you seem to always let me down. But you seem to always let me down. Yeah, just not in the mood right. Just not in the mood right now. No, yeah. Come with me, I can show you everything. Lay with me underneath the shade beneath energy. I've got dreams of money trees, but it's a real vibe. Real vibe, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Real vibe, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. I know exactly where I'm trying to be. I'm crushing on you, baby, don't you see? Lost in your love, your ocean deep to me. I see you got it, baby, don't you see? 'Cause it's a real vibe. Not in the mood, not in the mood, not in the mood, yeah. Real vibe, a real vibe. It's getting high, it's getting higher. Lay with me underneath the shade, beneath energy. I've got dreams of money trees, 'cause it's a real vibe. Real vibe, yeah. Just not in the mood right now, no. 'Cause it's a real vibe, yeah. So I'm just getting high, yeah. 'Cause it's a real vibe, real vibe, real vibe, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just not in the mood right now, no, yeah. Real vibe. So we gon' be floating higher, yeah. Real vibe, real vibe, real vibe, yeah. Real vibe, yeah.
Oh, so I'm super excited right now because we have Kajé with us, right? You
Yes.
just first of all, I want to thank you for asking me to play guitar with you. Like, I thank you for that trust.
Absolutely.
That's a big deal.
I trust you. You're dope as fuck.
Oh, well, so are you.
Thank you.
So are you. But
It's a
yeah,
whole
we have
lot.
Kajé in here, and I'm so excited to talk to you and like hear your story, hear everything that you got going on, what you've done, and just who you are as a person, as an artist. Like, I'm super, super excited. So one thing I like to start with is your origin story.
Okay.
Right. So let's start from the beginning. Like, what first got you into music? Like, where did you get started with the whole thing? What did it for you?
Well, let's see. Honestly, my dad put me on a stage when I was 5 years old.
5.
Yeah, in the church.
No pressure or anything. Hey,
Right.
shout out to church.
You know what I'm
starts, yo.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Shit, dude. That's where I got my start.
Exactly. So I started in the church. My dad was like, he actually really wanted me to be a star. He was like, oh, you're going to be like Beyonce. And I was like, first I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And then I got on the stage and I was like, oh shit, I'm scared up here. I had stage fright. And so then I battled that for years. Then I was like, I don't want to sing. So I did that for years. And about elementary school, middle school, again, they started putting me on stage. It kept happening. Oh, sing this solo, sing this solo. Mm-hmm. And when you try and hide from your gifts, like the universe always aligns and puts you in the front.
Yeah. That's a super
yeah.
interesting thing, right? Like, to a certain aspect, like, you can escape certain things, but like, there's only so much fighting that you can do, right?
Yeah.
And that is kind of crazy that, like, I just cracked my knuckles on mic. That's super unprofessional, but whatever. Sorry, guys. But anyways, yeah, like, there's only so much that you can sort of escape before, like, some sort of, like, lineation, whoever, I don't know how to fucking say
sounds
that.
good.
Whatever. Just kind of brings you back to where it's supposed to be at, right? And so, like, you got your start in church, and then it seems like you did kind of a back and forth, right?
I did. I had teachers. It was so funny. I had several teachers that forced me to do solos. Like, in front of the whole class, I would, like, raise my hand and be like, no, I'm good. And then they were like, I don't care. You're doing it.
It's just like normal class, or was it like a music class?
Choir, and I had this acting class. I'll never forget Mrs. Sunny and Mr. Snell. Both of them put me on blast.
Both.
They did, but it was really like the start I really needed. Like it gave me the confidence to be like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, that's I think just as an artist, I think that's I think that might be a universal struggle. Like really, I think the super confident artist who like wants to shine or something like that might to me seem more rare than what it seems like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because like the self-consciousness or this sort of, doubt as artists is really prevalent in a lot of us.
Yeah.
Right? Like as we have more conversations with one another, with other artists and all that stuff, we seem to find that's sort of the common thread. Right? And you hear stories of like Ozzy Osbourne. To this day, even before getting on stage, we'll ask if there's people out there. That's Ozzy Osbourne, motherfucking Black Sabbath. One of the biggest bands in the world. And he's still peeking out to see if people showed up to his shows. Right? So, all right. So now you made that move. So then was there like a gap until you started to really sort of embrace your artistry and become
long time?
Kajé?
Yeah. Like I said, all that happened. One of my last solos that I didn't want to do, I cried the entire day up until this solo. And then my aunt pulled me to the side and she was like, get up. She was like, cut that shit out, get up there and do it. And I was just like, oh, all right. And I did it. And that was that was another big step. And then I went to college, so I didn't do anything really artistic during that time.
What did you study in college?
Nursing.
Oh.
So I went to nursing school and I played volleyball for the University of Charleston in West Virginia.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah. So my time was, it was very consumed with all the shit I had going on. Very dope time in my life, but I felt like something was missing. And I was like, what is it, And then I actually tried out for choir like my senior year. And I made it. He was like, you're dope, but I don't know how it'll fit in your schedule. And it just didn't, So then I graduated and I was like, I'm getting back in the studio. Because for my senior project in high school, I had made my first ever EP. It was terrible. But, everybody's first EP is trash. It was trash.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun. And I was like, I need that. Like, I need that, fuel to my soul. So 2016, I graduated. And actually, one of my first singles that I dropped when I re-entered the artistic world with my really good friend, Miles, we just linked up. We were like, let's do this. And we made a dope ass song. We did a video to it, and I've been like grinding ever since. We both have actually.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you.
That's cool. So, I guess I asked this question earlier. So you have 2 EPs, right?
I have.
Since then, how many?
3.
You have 3 EPs.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay.
So you have 3 EPs, right? And so each one of them, have you done a different style for each one? Have you grown differently? Like, what's that process been like through each EP that you've done?
Definitely lots of growth. Like I said, the first one started in 2016 and I was still kind of in like a very chorus, like singy sound. And that was just me finding my voice. But I'll say every project that I've done basically tells like the story of my life at that time. Like I really put whatever I'm going through or what, what's going on in my day to day, like in my songs. Like a lot of my music and stuff, like my inspiration comes from dreams, and that has to do with whatever I'm going through at that time. So I started with that, transitioned, and then worked with a couple artists who encouraged me to get into like more of a hip hop rap sound. And then I really started to vibe with that. So as my albums progressed, I included more hip hop sounds and more rap stuff. And my audience enjoys it. I enjoy delivering it and doing it. So I feel like I've become more versatile.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, because I've gone through each one of your EPs and they're different.
Yeah,
which is fine. Like that's dope, right?
Thank you.
Because I think like room for growth is actually super essential for an artist. Like,
yeah,
the rules of like things need to sound this certain way. I think like if you pigeonhole somebody, and it gets boring as shit. Right. So like having a variety in a sound and variety of it actually to me like kind of is a testament to somebody's artistry. Right, if they can produce different things in a different avenue.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
That's talent, dude. It's not easy to do that. It's easy to be a one-trick pony, right?
Facts.
But it's not easy to like keep doing something different for this time, different for that time, and stuff like. So I actually admire that. That's pretty cool, and it's actually like super adventurous.
Yeah, I would say that's really what feeds my soul is like being a versatile artist. I really like to dibble and dabble in really anything. I believe that anything that like. Any sound you put in front of me, like I can make a dope track.
So you have a new album coming out. Right?
I do.
Let's just get into it.
All right, let's do it.
Because I have a few other questions and stuff for it also. But in regards to that. So you have a new album. What's it called?
My new album is called Kenya.
Damn, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Where did you come up with the title for the album?
So my real name is Kenya, and I was named after my dad, actually. My dad, Ken. Shout out.
Shout out, Dad.
But his name is Ken, and he's like super into tracing back our roots and just appreciating our heritage. Like my dog's name is Nairobi.
That's awesome.
You know, so then he came Kenya. So I feel like I came up with that title, not only, you know, is it self-titled or whatever, but like this album, like I really creative directed, and just like all of it is 100% really like me. Like I organized it. I've, you know, found the different art, like it, you know what I mean? This is just like, it was a big transition, and it really took a lot for me to like I'm still finding it actually, this balance between Kenya and Kajé. So that's what it is. This is the balance, you know, me finding that in this time of my life.
Yeah, I mean, that's super hard because like I've had the conversation a couple of times before with artists on here, this battle of surrender. And it seems like it would be on the periphery to someone who's not an artist or a musician. It'd be like, yo, man, that seems super cool. Like I would love to do that. But like the internal struggle of what that feels like to actually like believe that you are an artist and then do it is difficult because just like you said, you're in the space between Kenya and Kajé, right? I think that goes on within a lot of us.
Definitely.
And, you know, because so you have like these EPs that you've put out and then you have to start from scratch again.
Right.
Each and every single one of them. Right. And so you have to start from scratch and then make this full length album that you're putting out.
Right.
Right. So like, that's even more of the struggle because you purge yourself and then you have to start up new again.
Yeah.
Right. Like what's that? So how does that process look like for you?
For me, man, I'm at a place where I really just like let the universe take flow, like take over. Like even, you know, picking the date of the release date. Like I was like, oh, I should drop it now. Oh no. You know what I mean? And then finally I was just like, all right, you know, and I just let it go. And then the universe was like, okay, 9/18. All right, cool.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
So it's official, September 18th.
It is official, September 18th, and it is available for pre-order on 9/9.
Oh,
and it's dope that those numbers align because 18 has been like a number that spoke to me since I was a kid. Like it was my volleyball number.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, so it's just kind of crazy.
Was it just like a random thing or did you like seek out?
I don't know.
In some way?
No, I don't know why.
It just sort of materialized.
It did. It's weird. You know what I mean? Shit just happens. I'm like, all right, cool.
So how did it feel to have like this much creative control over an album for yourself?
It was really freeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope to just like, to be me and to like find myself again. Because realistically, this album came out because I got out of a really bad relationship, you know, and when you like really embed yourself in someone else, you have to re-find yourself and really like, who am I like by myself? You know, who am I artistically by myself, like on day-to-day life, like everything, you know? So that's really what this album is. Like, it was a process of me like learning myself again and becoming whole again, you know?
That's such a human journey.
Yeah, right?
Right? Like that's an actual human journey. And it's like, I mean, I think it's starting to be talked about a little bit more, but like just normal human experiences, right? Like that's just like a human thing, right?
For real. You know, people don't want to talk about it because it's like, you know, I went through some shit.
Or this like poor me. Or
right.
There she goes again talking about this
right.
shit,
But it's like, fuck it. I
But
went through some shit, you know, so
shit.
I put it into my art and now I have a really dope ass project to show for it.
So was this sort of like closure on this relationship too after putting it in? Or is it like, how does, in regards to those like emotions attached to you?
Yeah.
Making an album that's a purge of like this period in time facing these human emotions. Like, so what was that?
Maybe, I don't know. Cause honestly, like I had to go through a lot to really like overcome that shit. Like I had to do some serious, like I had to dig deep and like figure my shit out, which I've never really had to do. Like look at myself and be like, you know, how do you put the pieces back together again? You know what I mean? Because I've never been in that position. So I was like, fuck. But I guess so. I guess that's kind of why, like, this is the only project I've ever been nervous to put out. And I've been like, you know, I don't want to put it out.
Because that's you.
It is, you know, when you really make yourself vulnerable, especially to your fans, It's like, fuck.
Well, dude, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, so, you know, like, Barrio Corner was birthed out of a branch of a different podcast, and being vulnerable and like being open and honest. Like, you know, I shared with you about my recovery and stuff, about me being a recovering addict. But I think like vulnerability is actually like something that people want. We live in a very, dude, I'm going to be that guy, fucking whatever. We live in a superficial world where like surface level things are only what we're looking at through social media, right? Songs, whatever it is, everything that we consume. But behind it, right? Because we're like representing ourselves with an avatar.
Right.
Into this different virtual reality.
Yeah.
But behind that avatar, there's actually like, there's you and me. We're like representing ourselves with this avatar, but this like human emotion. So, but vulnerability, like I was saying, vulnerability, I think is a part that like people are sort of starved for. Not, I don't know if starved for is such the thing, but like authenticity. And putting authenticity out like that is like actually like super brave. And when we think of the word like courage or brave, and it's not necessarily that like, that means you're absent of any fear or anxiety. It means that like it's there, but you still decide to move forth in it.
Right.
So like, is it scary? Yeah. It's
scary,
yeah.
It's weird because I put there's actually going to be 6 poems on this album.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like the universe always aligns. I dreamt up 6 poems during my relationship when I kind of knew it was coming to, or when I knew it needed to come to an end, and so I would read these and I'm like, damn, like these are crazy, you know? But I didn't think anything of it. And then like, I guess rereading them after I actually got out of that situation was what really brought me closure. I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, so, and I actually have a spiritual guide that I talk to, X-Tina. I don't know if you've ever heard of her before. She's super dope. Wow.
She's, X-Tina's been on the other show that we're partnered with, Hearts Over Everything.
She's fucking amazing.
She's been sitting exactly where you're sitting.
Well, my fairy, that we're always aligned. My little fairy, yeah. So she was like, put these out. Like, these are dope as fuck. And I was like, okay. I was like, if I must. But I think it's going to give like a really important aspect to the project. And I don't know if you've watched, but I ended up creating a short series with the poems as well. So like the visual aspect.
What is that called? So that people know what that's called.
It's called Stepping Stones. So right now we're on season 1. It's a 5-episode series, and we released some of the songs on the album on there as well. So the poems and some of the songs have been released on the series, but I created that also based off of experiences that I've had, you know. So I was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, none of this belongs to me. None of this, like, none of these gifts, none of this education belongs to me. Like, it belongs to the world. So why not share?
Yeah. Yeah, I think something that's always been super important to me, especially in my life experiences, is that I think each and every person has been given a gift of, like, insight. But you earn that insight through experience. Right? Because there may be somebody who like listens to this album and is going through this exact same thing.
Right.
Somebody who's been through it, who hasn't been able to process it as well as you have. Right? Somebody who might go through it, who hasn't been through it yet. But your perspective, your insight, your words of wisdom, everything that you pour yourself into in this album is exactly what you're talking about, a gift for the world.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've thought of it that way.
No, right? I have. That's the only reason I'm putting it out, because I'm like, okay, this doesn't belong to me. You know, like this was created not by me, like it came from the universe for someone else. You know what I mean? So I just hope and pray that it reaches and touches whoever it needs to touch. That's the goal.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. So September 18th.
Yeah, September 18th.
Available everywhere?
Available everywhere. All platforms.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So September 18th. I don't want to say 15th. 18th, everybody.
1/8. Yeah.
1/8.
1/8.
And the album's called Kenya.
It is.
Dude, I'm so excited to hear it. So
thank you.
And And we did 2 songs off of that.
We did.
Those 2 songs were like very stripped down versions of, and it was called, the first song, or one of the songs was Lifted.
Yes.
And then the other song is called Vibe. Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I got an exclusive first listen to it because he sent it to me
You
so I could learn
did.
it.
You did.
Yeah. And they're fantastic. I listened to them over and over again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And like my wife was listening to it too while I was learning it. She's like, "Oh, I like that a lot." So
See.
you got another fan. You got another.
I knew
two
she was.
fans.
I knew
That's
she was a
right.
whole vibe.
Dude, she's a whole ass vibe. Shout out to the ladies letting their man realize their dreams, huh? Hey, so what made you decide to move to San Diego? Right? Because I know you're not. We didn't cover that.
Yeah.
But I know you're from Cleveland.
I am.
And so now you're in San Diego.
I am.
So what happened there from that A to B?
Man, again, so this is with where the beginning of my like learning curve started, you know, as far as like really becoming like who I am, without my parents, without a coach, you know what I mean?
That's scary, dude.
Right? Without those safety nets to fall back on, like the universe was like aligning and shit just wasn't going right for me in Cleveland. The vibe wasn't there. And I was like, damn, what is it? You know? And then I got an offer to come out here in California, and I literally had 3 days to come out here. So I had 3 days to quit my job, pack all my shit, and drive here.
Oh my God.
Right. And I was like, okay, you know, I didn't have any time to think about it. And I was like, do I do it? And I was like, fuck it, yeah. You know, I was 24 at the time. I was like, yeah, let's run it.
That's a big ass decision at 24.
It was. And my parents were like, what? You know, because I didn't give them any time, you know, and I had just moved out of the house, you know, post-college. And they were like, and I was like, you know, I'm doing it. I'm taking a leap of faith. And it has been like amazing, huge learning experience.
Yeah.
I've grown so much artistically as a person, you know, as a whole, like it had to happen.
So how's the San Diego artist scene treating you?
It's good. You know, it started off kind of slow for me just because of where I was in my life. But like now that I've opened myself up to receiving more energy, like it's been awesome. You know, I met you, DJ Art, you know, Xteen, like everyone.
Well, that's how we met. DJ Artistic put on like this little live studio jam session.
Right.
And that's how you and I got connected. And from there, it was like, oh shit.
And you know what's really dope? Actually, a lot of the connections that I've received, I feel like stemmed off of Ryan Bowers, R.I.P. You know, like it's crazy. Like I met him, you know, he was super dope energy, super cool. I met so many people because of him. And then like it all just trickled down from there.
You
know,
find your little, you find your little group.
Plus, I've been working at the Sound Lounge. That's where I recorded this album at, most of it anyway. And lots of dope people there too, just in connections with them. And just, you know, Shelly Jane, like she engineered pretty much all of the project. She's so dope, you know, and just the plugs and just her and how much we've grown together artistically, because we started this in October of 2019. And you know what I mean? If you can imagine like the growth of a relationship in that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So now you feel like you've got like a little bit of a family around you here in San Diego?
For sure. Yeah. You know, I met you. I keep
you know,
meeting more people.
Yeah, they're awesome. And like, yo, I love San Diego scene so much, dude, because everybody, so far, the people that I've met have been like really willing to help other people out.
Yeah.
Right. And then like relationships have been like an important role in all of this. Building relationships with people kind of just to help somebody out. Right. Which is like, I'm super glad that I'm starting to see a little bit more of this. It's like, yo, let me just help you out.
Yeah.
You need help with this?
Like Art. I mean, he's incredible.
Yeah. Shout out DJ Artistic.
Definitely. I mean,
definitely keeping the younger generation underneath him, like, intact, bro. So
that was so cool to see. Like, he just was like, yeah, here's a bunch of different artists, like from all different walks of life that are all dope as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, doing different shit. And we all came together and
like, I mean, that was really cool. So like, I guess to give some story as to what we're talking about. So DJ Artistic, who has his own studio down here in downtown San Diego, will have people come together. And so you and I were there, Persway, right? Graffiti artist, also graphic designer, really cool dude, has a bunch of different stuff, the Bunny Kitty stuff.
Yep,
right?
bass player.
Really good bass player.
Yeah.
Dope bass player.
Yeah.
Right? Travi, I don't even think we ever heard his last name. But anyways, plays. So we have all these artists.
Yeah.
Crown.
Yeah.
Right? Crown was there.
Yes.
Other, you know, singer, who else am I missing there? There's some other people that sprinkled in and out.
Several, yeah.
Several people that sprinkled in and out. So it's just a group of random artists, right? We'd never met each other before, right? None of us had any contact with anybody. And like, I know I walked into that room and I was like, who's that person? Who's that person? Do I belong here? You know, like, what am I doing here? Like, because like, I just play guitar, dude. I don't even know if I'm that dope, which we're going to talk about imposter syndrome in a little bit.
Yes.
But it was really cool though. We were just like, all right, we just started playing music. And then like this just collective vibe just kind of started getting together.
Yeah.
Right. And that was so cool.
And it was amazing. It was like instantaneous. And
we were there till like midnight almost, 11 o'clock.
Something
like that.
Yeah. It was dope though. And the energy exchange and just like, you know, not only that, just the conversations we had. And it was awesome.
Dude.
It was awesome.
It was really cool to sit down with like different age groups of artists per sway who like was a role model to us in the conversation, right? We were all asking him questions like, yo, man, like...
Definitely, he had so much knowledge.
So much knowledge, man. And then the rest of us, and we had like this artist roundtable.
Literally.
That was so cool, right?
It was fucking awesome.
That was so awesome.
Yeah,
the
that
conversations
was...
we were having from everything to like, yo, like, how do you guys feel about this? How do you feel about this? And then we were talking about imposter syndrome. And then that was, dude, we stayed on imposter syndrome for 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, that was such a huge eye-opener for me because I was like, oh my God, that's me.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I get into a rut or something, it's like, that's the experience that I have. It's like, should I be doing this? Like, is it worth it? Am I good enough to be doing this? Are people going to like this? You know?
Yeah.
That shit that every artist goes through. And then it's like, you got to pick yourself up and you're like, you know, fuck that. Like, I'm the shit. Like, you know, I wouldn't have all these people like pushing me forward and the universe wouldn't keep like, you know, putting you in these positions if you weren't dope.
You know, somebody put it to me a very interesting way one time when I was talking to them about this same thing. Because I get the feeling, and we were talking to all the other artists there, and some of them who are very established artists.
Yeah.
Felt to this day still feel that way. Right. But somebody put it to me in a very good way. They're like, are you just fooling everybody then? Right? So are all the people around you just super dumb and don't know how to discern for themselves? And you're just fooling and manipulating everybody? Or are you actually dope? Do you actually have talent? Do you have something to offer?
Yeah. And then you're like, oh shit.
Oh shit, I do. Right. I don't know if I believe it though.
Right. Literally.
So it's still
that internal struggle.
Right? Like it's a whole process.
Yeah.
Right. Even like for me, especially for me and my guitar playing, I always like to be behind the scenes. I never wanted to be out in the front man, lead guitar or anything. Even with like playing stuff for people, I'd rather like sit in my own house in the safety of my own little home studio, record things and send them off to people because it's safe. Right?
Yeah.
It's like less room for criticism when I do that.
But then when you have to like go and show up and just be present, it's like, oh, okay. All right. I'm here. Okay. Can I do this? Can I hang?
Yeah, man, it's just natural human emotions. But so like, are you finding a better balance? Because it's a balance to me, right? It's a balance between being like egotistical and confidence. And those two things can like confidence, like ego can feed confidence. But like confidence can also be fed by humility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you have no ego to me,
I don't.
Like you don't.
I wish maybe if I had a little more,
right?
I'd be better off.
Yeah. So what does that balance look like?
Honestly, you just described it realistically. Like I feel like my confidence has come from humility because I don't know. I'm not intentionally humble. Like you said, it's more so of like imposter syndrome and I have a hard time seeing myself.
Yeah.
But I've had so many people see me for me, you know, where they're like, wow, that was amazing. And that encouragement are those people who are like, damn, like, you know, that whatever the fuck you did, you know, that brought me out of a dark time. And you're like, oh shit, okay, I got to keep going. You know, not for me, but for that person or for those people that need it. So that's really the balance that I have because I struggle. Not every day, but a lot of days. And it's just like, oh, you know, you wake up and you're like, okay. You know, you just gotta pull yourself up and you know, pick yourself up. But it's my nephew, he's awesome. Like I sang at, unfortunately, sang at my cousin's funeral, R.I.P. Curtis. And I was like, oh man, that sounded terrible. You know, I didn't know how I felt about it. You know, people don't always clap at funerals, whatever. I'm like, okay, I just hope I didn't break anybody's ears. And then my nephew texts me and he's like, you sang so good. Like, that was awesome. And I'm like, you know, just those little signals from the universe that just fall right on time, you know, right when you're like about
just when you need it, right?
You know, exactly. And
You know,
that's what pushes me forward.
I got a text like that right before we came in here to do this part of the show. And like, dude, sometimes you just need a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't need like a delusion of grandeur type of like thing. It's just like one person who can be like, hey, man, you're doing really good.
Right. Or even just your energy, like, yo, like your energy, like, you know, people are always say, they're like, you know, like I was feeling so-and-so before. And I'm like, damn, like, okay, I got to keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not for me. It's for, because the universe won't let me sit down.
All right. So I want to ask you another question. I love to ask this to a lot of people. And sort of switch lanes out of this a little bit.
All right.
So I've heard a bunch of different responses and I love them all. But for you, so what was that one, like either song, album, or artist who, like when you heard it, when you discovered that, sort of like changed the course for you? When you were like, oh shit. Like, and then from there on, music took its roots inside of you and started growing.
I'll say two things. Okay. So one song that did that for me was Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes. Like, throwback. And that's just like me and my dad would be singing in the car, you know? And then I'd be like, oh, wow, like I feel this like in my soul. Like, we're really singing this song. Like, he's having a great time. I'm having a great time. You know what I mean? Like, this is like we're relating and we're, you know, however many years apart. Yeah. So that was huge. And I was young then. Like, I don't even know, five to like very young. You know what I mean? Like when music first made an impact. And then, name
them all.
What is that?
I would love to hear what.
Oh my gosh, what is that? What is that? The graffiti. I can't think of it right now. With Led Zeppelin.
Physical Graffiti?
Yes.
That album?
That album.
Physical Graffiti.
That was the one.
It's an incredible album.
Man. And it was just the sounds and like listening. You know, you're a kid and like you're just now experiencing that like those sounds.
Have you seen my Led Zeppelin shoes, by the way?
Oh, those are fire.
Those are my Led Zeppelin shoes.
I didn't even peep. I was so distracted with everything else.
So Physical Graffiti.
Physical, yes. Yeah. Like I stole my dad's. He had a CD and he had just got me like a boombox and I was in my room like just sitting in front of it. That's awesome. Listening to it over and over again. That album, I was like, wow, like the music and the sounds and just like.
It's a fucking beautiful album.
Man, incredible.
Led Zeppelin is my favorite band of all time.
Dope.
Favorite band, right? And so one of the songs and albums just in general, but one of the songs that sort of made that impact on me. Well, now we're on the topic of Led Zeppelin. I can talk about Led Zeppelin all day, so I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole. I'm just going to mention a few things. Is Since I've Been Loving You. It's off of Led Zeppelin 3. I don't know if you've ever heard that song or not, but it's a fucking fantastic song. But it's interesting how like music, a song, or any of these avenues can sort of make an impact on you from a very young age. Because you were 5 years old.
Yeah, I was literally.
I remember being 6 years old, 7 years old, and I had like a little tape deck recorder, like a boombox,
right?
When you can record mixtapes on it.
Yep,
like an actual mixtape. Like kids nowadays don't know what mixtape meant. You recorded off the radio, not like a SoundCloud rapper's mixtape today.
Right.
It's just like they put a couple of songs together that they did or whatever. But like I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I was recording like songs that I really liked. That I really liked off the radio that made a huge impact on me. So it is kind of interesting to hear like other people's perspectives. Yeah. And like how young. That seems to be like the sort of common factor within everybody is this.
Music. Yeah. And it's crazy because, you know, you don't remember a lot of shit, but like I remember music and just, you know, like how it made me feel. Like, wow. Yeah. You know what I mean? You just see like you hear so many colors almost, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like to me, I remember my life around certain songs.
Right. That's so huge. Some are good, some are bad.
Yeah. But like I remember anything from childhood to like even a couple years ago.
Yeah.
From like It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. I remember I remember my life around that song.
Man,
Mama Number 5. I remember my life around
literally.
that song. You know, and I remember like my life around a couple years ago around certain songs. So like music songs and like stuff that other people have put out have made such an impact on me. So like, you know, it's a blessing to sort of, I guess, be given that opportunity.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right? That's dope. Yo, so let me ask you this: like, how has COVID affected you, like, as a musician? I love to ask this question because,
well, COVID put like, I don't even know, like a few months halt on my album production, just because I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, and also because I work in the ICU. So I was like, okay, should I not be around people? You know, when it first started. So then I was avoiding people because I was still working. And then I'm like, okay, we're safe at work. All right. So I got to that, you know, past that. Then I was like, okay, I'm comfortable, go back to studio. And I have a habit, like when I work, I'm full speed ahead. Like I grind like from sun up to sundown. And I have a bad habit of not like taking time for myself. And so sometimes the universe knocks me on my ass, like sit down. So that's what happened. I got COVID.
Oh shit.
Yeah. In July. It was fucked up.
Damn.
Right. I know. And you would think I got it from work, but I didn't. I got it. No, I got it.
Yo, where'd you get it from? Were you out somewhere you weren't supposed to be?
I took the kids to the pool.
Goddamn kids.
I know. And then they were playing with the other kids and I was like, you know, and then I was thinking about it and then boom, then everybody was sick. And I was like,
oh no.
Right.
You infected everybody?
I did not. The kids did.
The kids do that.
They sure do. They're little germ factories.
They are.
But
damn. So how was that? How was COVID? You're the first. No, you're not the first person I've talked to that had COVID.
It was fucked up. It was definitely fucked up. I mean, we survived, but it was for me because I'm young and healthy. You know what I mean? And I don't have any other underlying issues. Thank God. You know, but you know, it was 3 weeks of sickness. But you know what? You're quarantined for 14 days, and you know, plus until you feel better. So I couldn't do shit.
Damn.
So I was, you know, and I was like full speed ahead, grind mode, and it just stopped me in my tracks. But it was honestly really great for me because it gave me the time to sit and reflect and see where I needed to move forward with the album. So it's
kind of interesting how life worked itself out like that to sort of hit pause for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Damn.
I know. I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck?
So you were, aside from just like surviving then, like what other realizations did you have while you had that
it helped
forced pause?
It helped me understand the illness for like my patients. Like, so, you know, it helped me look at it from their eyes a little differently. It just helped me understand it. You know what I mean? Like what people go through. So that was kind of dope. And then I was just sick, so I was like, I'm gonna take my ass to bed. Like I slept like I have not slept in a long time, so that was good. You know,
that is good.
As artists, a lot of us don't rest like we should.
No, we don't. I stay up too late.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's terrible,
and I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Be up at 2 a.m., 3
I'll be
a.m.
up at 2 a.m. and I'm perfectly fine. Like I'll haunt my house and I'll be okay, you know? And then like I totally feel okay. Like, yo, nothing good happens at 2 or 3 in the morning.
No.
Like get your ass to sleep, bro. And I just don't want to do it.
I know.
For some reason. I'd be like, no, I just sit here on the couch on my phone and watch TV.
Right. But I mean, it's for me that 2, 3 a.m. tends to be a really good, dope creative time.
But that's the thing though.
You know,
when the world is quiet.
Right. And then
the absence of sound allows you to fill it with something.
It sure does. And so I'm okay with that. I feel like what's important is really just taking care of your body, really eating good things, drinking a lot of water. Like, I feel like if you're doing those things, then you're at least getting, let me be honest with myself. I try to get at least 4 to 5 hours. If I get that, then I'm like, all right, whatever.
Damn, for real?
I'm young. I mean, I don't know. It's not good advice.
I used to do that too when I was like 25.
Yeah.
So don't even trip.
I'm like, it's not good advice. You should sleep way more than that. But fuck it. I'm running it up right now.
Yeah. I think I remember like last time I went to a concert and then I had to get up at like 5 in the morning. Right? Because I'm not that, I'm 29. I'm not like old, but I'm not, I don't think I'm that young. It took me like 2 weeks to recover from that. Like, I just feel like a fucking old man.
You're down and out.
No, dude. I used to be able to be like, bounce back from 4 hours of sleep. Dude. Be like, all right, cool, man. Let's go run a 5K.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It has slowed down drastically. I mean, I'm 26. So it is definitely slowed down over the last couple of years, but I'm like, I have to do this while I still can. So I'm going to do it.
Well, enjoy it. So I'll ask you another question now. So are you like sort of finding a process to transition out of nursing and more into your music career?
I'm honestly, I'm in a place where I understand that like what's for me is for me. So I know like my time is coming for sure. So yeah, I'm definitely transitioning. That's why this project, I have made sure to have some merchandise for you guys and like, make sure I have those things for like my fans and stuff so that like moving forward, they have stuff to purchase from me, you know what I mean? And just like, and I've been a lot more focused on feature work. That's been, it's imperative. And plus I love to do it. I love to like do features for people.
Yeah, I mean, dude, collabing with people is a lot of fun.
It is. It's amazing. Yeah.
So, dang, like, I mean, you're going to miss nursing, right? Are you?
I'm going to miss, I'm not really going to, no, I'm not going to miss nursing. I'm going to miss like caring for people and connecting with people. And you know what I mean? Just that opportunity to meet those different types of people on so many different walks of life. And, sometimes I'll say like when people are sick, they're so insightful. You know what I mean? They see the world through like a different outlook, different eyes that you would never even think. And there's some of them are just so peaceful and they've brought so much, light to my life and so much understanding. Like the messages and the stuff I've received from just a vast variety of people has really been amazing. And I know it all like meant something. It was all for a reason. And it's still in me, like some of that stuff is transferred to music,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks.
Well, now you get to carry that with you.
Definitely.
All right. So you got a new album coming out, Kenya.
Yes.
It's coming out September 18th.
Yes, it is.
Right. You're also doing a little mini series, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's called Stepping Stones.
Stepping Stones. Yes.
Yeah. And when do those drop?
Every Tuesday. So actually the finale for that drops next Tuesday.
What season are you on right now?
So Stepping Stones is based off of just like my life. So I've done like multiple varieties of it. The first couple of seasons were like reality series just to really give people like insight on my life. The season that we're currently in has actually been where we've transitioned. This volume is called Stepping Stones Her. We transitioned into a story, something that I actually wrote a script for and, developed characters for. So that's where we're in right now. And it's been super dope. I'm super excited for the finale.
And who's working on that with you?
It's me, my boyfriend, Sean A. Williams. He's super dope. He's the other actor. And the videographer, Carlo of One Good Company, amazing. And I've worked with a couple other people too. Snap Got P, he's from Cleveland as well. So we've all worked together and created these music videos and all the featuring artists. So Shelly Jane is featured, Dave Love, super dope. All of them are. And GQ, different art. It's been a very collaborative project, which is so important to me to like bring different people together.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, and you mentioned merch, right? Do you have any plans on when that's going to come out?
Yes. All right. I'm going to start up. I will upload the merch on 9/9. You guys will be able to purchase it. Some of the stuff is up, like the T-shirts are up.
Where can you find those?
KajeBrand.com, KAJE brand.com.
Awesome.
And you can find the link on my Instagram as well.
You doing a vinyl press by any chance?
I am.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Yes. I definitely got to get myself
a mini
one.
one. It's just
a 45?
A 7-inch, yeah.
7-inch.
And guess what songs are on it?
Let me see. Maybe Lifted.
Yes.
And Vibe?
Yes.
Hey.
Literally, those two songs are on the vinyl. So
Yo,
yeah.
I can't wait to snag that up.
Thank you.
I definitely have to snag that up.
Thanks.
I don't know if you saw my big ass record collection.
No, I didn't peep.
No.
I was looking at the books.
Oh, that's right. You were looking at the
books.
I was
like, wow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to peep the records.
Oh yeah, for
sure.
That's
my wife's stuff is the books. My stuff's the records.
No, we definitely and we just got a new record player. I'm stoked. Yeah.
It's amazing, right?
Right. It's a totally different feel.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
So where can people find you? Let's
on Instagram. Yeah. Instagram at Kajé Jones. Twitter, Kajé Jones _ or you can just look up the website, KajeBrand.com. All my stuff is listed on there.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And Kenya dropping 9/18.
Yes.
Awesome.
Tap in, y'all. 918.
Kajé, I want to thank you so much for coming in and blessing us with your voice.
Absolutely.
And thank you for giving us the opportunity to get to know you better.
Thank you for having me. You know, namaste. This has been a whole vibe.
All right. Thank you again. Be out.
Anytime. Peace.